Welcome. My name is Napoleon Atukito, and I have a huge present for you. Guess what? Guess again? It is the part 2 of the Bimoba documentary centered around the Danjuar festival of the chiefs and people of Pikira in Upper East region, and it extends beyond to Nakpanduri in Northeast region and Bumpurugu also in Northeast region. Of course, the entire Bimoba ethnic group of Ghana, and this celebration reverberates beyond Ghana's borders because there are 8 or more countries that are also having the same ethnic group in their territories, and therefore they are connected to this celebration. In the next half an hour or so, I'll keep you glued to your sets and tell you about traditions and customs of this unique people. Once again, the name is Napoleon Atukito of GBC Documentaries. It was here at Pikira Primary School that the Deba for Danjuar Festival was held. Location, symbolic of belief in their roots and future. Not following any particular protocol, a cross-section of townsfolk was already seated before arrival of dignitaries, including the chief of Pikira, Upper East Regional Minister, members of parliament, former government appointees, district chief executives and other dignitaries. Special mention must be made of representatives of paramount chiefs resident in Boko, Nakpanduri, Bumpurugu, Nalerugu, and Bankuni traditional area, among others. Unlike 2019 Danjuar, processions this time around were without musketry, a tradition associated with many festivals in Ghana, but one which carries some risks. The Security Committee of the Danjuar celebrations was mindful of Boko conflict in the catchment area and therefore advised against the presence of firearms at the event. This notwithstanding, there was lawful security on standby. The aroma of culture wafted the atmosphere from the traditional apparels, dances, and libation. Unique they were as dancers defied sweltering heat and sunshine to perform. Many speeches were made, but for the sake of brevity, some are selected. The bee's nub of entire Bimoba land, within and without Ghana, until recently was relatively unknown, thus seemingly novel in chieftaincy nomenclature, even to tribesmen and women. The new bee's nub is in the person of Mr. Bernard Mona, a known Ghanaian politician. Mr. Mona hails from Sankana traditional area of the Upper West, where he is a royal, yet highly recognized on the East by Bimoba kingmakers.
For those of you who don't understand what Danjuar means, it means the dependable mountain. This afternoon, my message is simple. We are seeking unity. We are seeking development. We are seeking partnership. We are not seeking this just for the Bimoba land. We are seeking this not just for northern Ghana. We are not seeking this for Ghana alone. We are seeking it for our continent, Africa, and global peace. Within the Bimoba land, we've been able to bury the hatchet and foster unity and understanding. There used to be conflict anytime you mention Bimoba land. Today, when you talk about Bimoba land, We are talking about celebrations. We are talking about joy. And I think that Danjuar and all the chiefs need to be commended for the efforts they have made to bring about lasting peace within the Bimoba land.
To complete the welcome gauntlet thrown at natives and visitors, the chief of Pipira, who was host chief, struck the tone of unity, peace and development in his speech.
Puska Chief, who is the Vice President of Boko Traditional Council, I had his permission, representing the Boko Naba. What is our tourism sector? If we have it, why not? Sometimes people speak out of emotions, but emotions doesn't solve problems. All that we want is that we have a problem in the northern sector. So what can our festival do to develop us? That is all that we need.
The Upper East Regional Minister, Mr. Stephen Yakubu, impacted the festival with what he described as the government's avowed determination to scale up infrastructure and social amenities in the region, more so as attraction to tourist sites and to open up the local economy to increased investment.
The wave of globalization also comes with serious challenges to the protection of our culture, which we must be wary and alert. The incidence of drug and alcohol abuse, religious intolerance, discriminate bushfires, and teenage pregnancy are grave causes for concern as they compromise the unity and peace of communities and the nation at large.
Two youthful state functionaries who are indigenous, the chairman of the Danjuar 2022 and the district chief executive of Tempani, had their voices heard. But turning to the gender card, we throw click lighting on two women politicians of northern extraction who issued powerful conciliatory statements as people in the land strive to maintain the peace.
I am encouraging all of us sitting here today to make peace and tolerate each other. Let's make peace a priority, for it is through this that we can call or we can achieve our collective aspiration as people of this country, or as people of this constituency, or as people of this district. 4 of us are here, have been sent, and have been asked to come with the best of greetings and best wishes to the chief of Kwikura and the chiefs and people of the Bimoba traditional area, and that the Danjuar festival couldn't have been and wouldn't have had a better caption than talking about peace at this all-important time.
In the chief's palace at Pipira are new members of the household, a horse and 2 young crocodiles. Both animals are thought to be spiritual, with the uncanny sense and discerning powers. The firmament offers oracles, and the 2 animals assist in interpretation via their actions and inactions. Ever closer to rationality, this horse bit its rider, who appeared to have subjected it to energy-sapping racing at Deba grounds. Once they were back to the animal's stable, the horse bit the hand of his regular rider upon attempt to feed the horse. Strangely enough, the animal took it easy with other people who posed around it for photos or replaced the rider to hand feed the animal. Chief of Pipira says, buoyed by the gods and ancestors, traditionalists like himself are able to invoke magics that include calling for rains or otherwise, depending on what is suitable for occasions. Chief, is it true that you possess mystical powers that can conjure rainfall suddenly, and that by extension other chiefs also can demonstrate such mystical force?
I can tell you the truth. There are no mystical powers. I think they are a way of our life. They are part of us. So that when you go there, you will see that we have what we call pata. Pata means that there are deities. When you go to the Danjuar mountain, you will see that a lot of oracles are there. So that it is not like one chief or one family head or clan head that have mystical power. It is just what God has created the Bimwebe to be. So we have the power of changing the weather. And I believe that yesterday, you see, the weather was different from today. We did not have sun, so hot as it is today. They are not mystical. That is how God created the Bimwebe people. We have power to command rain. Anytime we want to do this festival, we're able to climb there to decide. I'm talking about the oracle, the shrine, to decide how we want the weather to be. But we have to request for their permission. So ask them, can you give us, maybe let's get that day whole dusty. Let's get that day raining. It's been happening. Those are not for me. It is not for the shrine keeper. It is when we go and pour libation and decide that this is how we want. Can you actually give it to us? Well, you can call it mystical, but we say it is the way of our life.
Tradition at its best, precisely at Pipira in Bimoba land, though related to tragedy. The chief lost two close relatives, and the funerals intertwined Danjuar celebratory week. Tamale-based journalist David Zamana Wandat, also a Bimoba, offered helping hand in the chase after the fact, in the midst of challenging circumstances, as most roads are not motorable in the paradox that has some of the friendliest people in this not too developed part of the country. Most roads in the neighborhood of Garu, Tempani and Pipira, notable Bimoba lands in Upper East region, are yet to be surfaced with bitumen. Nakpanduri and Bunkpurugu in Northeast region are among a tall list of Bimoba towns. These towns are located near the border with the Republic of Togo in the north, and on this occasion it is most heartening to introduce a Togolese woman chief whose town is also Bimoba. Her name is Pobat Alima Lamon, chief of Biankuri in Togo. She was in attendance with a large entourage in fellowship or solidarity with Ghanaian brothers and sisters.
Nate nebone nuri mpapa nte Togo nuri ongu ngwari en mbirkultu bagana kulti Ghana yabe.
Her father comes from Togo, so actually she's a Ghanaian Togolese. So we do not actually have any difference, and her coming here symbolizes peace. She believes that as we continue to get together like this, it fosters peace, it brings about development, because development cannot thrive in an environment where there's no peace. So her being here just shows that we are one. There can never be any difference amongst us. And she further stated that those days, in our forefathers' days, if you had given birth to only boys, it was extremely difficult for you to get wives for your sons because we did something we called exchange. I would have to give you my sister so I can get your sister to marry. So if you had only boys, there was no way you would be able to get wives for your sons.
My father is a Togolese, my mother is a Ghanaian. So we decided to bury my father at where he comes from, so that we don't forget of that place. Because the body is there, once in a while we'll go. My mother is buried in Ghana. We are in her hometown. Yes, and that is what it is.
So you are proud to be a Bimoba?
Oh yeah, I'm a Bimoba, 100%.
This is a strong statement on the cultural commonality shared within Africa, standing tests of time, not the least the balkanization of the continent by colonialists between 17th and 19th centuries. It seems the original Bimoba people are drawing in willing partners day in, day out. The paramount chief of Sankana in Upper West region of Ghana, Pagra Nege Sakwe Mona III, followed the son of his traditional area to Pipira for bringing honor to him and the people of Sankana on account of his Bimoba chieftaincy title.
Our forefathers back at Dagaba land originated that relationship. They have special rituals they come together to do from afar the Dagaba land. That is that is the first relation. And secondly, my junior brother Bernard Ambata Yala Mona, I am now Paran Ningesakwe Mona, the second. So you can hear Bernard Ambata Yala Mona is my junior brother. I am the paramount chief of that traditional area. And Bernard can equally become a paramount chief when I die. But these people from the Bimoba land saw what he is in. They know that he has some quality. So they decided to come to Sankana to seek our consent that they want to, make him a youth. They want to inscribe him as a youth chief, which they call Bisinaba. And so that has made our relationship even more cordial. Even though our fathers, great-grandfathers were having that relation, Bernard Mona or Bisinab has now cemented it.
The chief of Congo, Abubakar Amwa Dut, is a sub-divisional chief under Boko Paramountcy. He is also a Bimoba. He gave an insight into the problems of the area, most of which are already told, but that which continues to seem alien to ears that didn't hear and eyes that didn't see.
Things that dear to my heart is that actually Congo is just like an island, because at the Togo border there's a river. My people find it difficult to pass to Togo, and then coming to Ghana there's a big valley with a river. During rainy season, my people find difficult to come to Ghana market, or Boko market, or Garu market, or Baswende market to buy things. Should in case there's anybody want to, a woman is in labor, it is difficult.
It means that Congo is in Ghana or in Togo?
It's in Ghana. Okay. Congo is in Ghana. It's under Boko. It's something like an island. Okay. The road was constructed in 1979. Around 2000, the road was washed out, up to date. We are appealing to the authorities. They are now coming to my aid. And that is my problem. BMPLA, Barsoku, Wirinyanga, Pupura, Zare, Werkambu, Denugu, were Bimobas and the Boku Traditional Council.
Is Boku to Bimoba area?
Boku is Kusasis area. But we are Bimoba chiefs. And we are sharing borders with Togo. The whole Bimoba belt is sharing boundary with Togo.
The sordid past of Bimoba tribe in Ghana has everything to do with communal violence.
In the past, we used to be, heard in a very bad reason. If it is not violence, it is some sort of misunderstanding. But today, I think with our partnership, there is peace. Danjuar itself has brought us a lot of benefit. And I believe with your partnership, we've been able to do a lot of things. If you look at there's a tank. You see water flowing. I think before now, we did not have it. But with GTV, I sat there and appealed that, can we have some sort of pipe-borne water in our areas? So I think Pupura traditional area, Pupura center here, we have Tubong, we have Kunkumada, I think we also have Tambalo. It's because you market others. And it has to do with Danjuar. So I believe that with our partnership, it is not just about the exhibition of culture. It is also about the day that we are doing the thing. The people we invite, the way it is being marketed, how people take us serious, very important.
A nightmarish experience on the landscape that has given way to a resounding tranquility. There are other issues like outmoded traditional forms of marriage effectively explained away as a kind of exchange is no robbery marriages. Well, one largely belongs to history, the other is active in the land. Chief of Pipira Nabada Zur and the Secretary to the Pipira Traditional Council, Sundana Sundiata Lari, reflects on these wordless enigma. Wordless because these happenings had been swept under carpet until opinion leaders out of a soul-searching decided to seize moments surrounding recent Danjuar celebrations to broach the taboo issues in the land.
We used to have what we call exchange marriages. Meaning you have come to marry my sister. I will have to also marry your sister. What if my sister don't like you? She doesn't love you. So why must it be so? We used to have something we call betrothal. Meaning that as soon as my wife gives birth, and you go and bring a branch of tree and cut, that girl will grow to be your wife. A small girl, a day-old child. All of these practices have been eliminated.
Original Bimoba, married through exchange. And today, even though that is not highlighted like it used to be, it still happens in a way. For example, if I'm interested in the cameraman's sister and there's agreement and we are married, they will not normally ask for anything. But any day he or any other brother from their family also marry somebody from my family, it is considered that it's done. There is no problem. So that is the modern way of the Bimoba marriage.
And I also say that it's the organized way of going about things. Now we hear that there are teenage pregnancies. These are people who are obviously flouting, lay down culture, tradition, and customs. Teenage pregnancy, I understand, is happening in the land. Not only here, but elsewhere within this catchment area. It It means that they are not going through the proper channels, and therefore it is a fly in the face of, let me say, civilized regulations. What do you say to that?
Of late, when these communities are developing, they develop with problems. Like you are talking about teenage pregnancy. That's an unapproved or unaccepted way of marriage. Even though it does happen in some cases, it is something everybody eschews, everybody frowns upon. We don't think that it is the right way. But as for the youth, sometimes there are so many things they are involved in, and before you know, that accident would have occurred. I call it accident. That is not the normal method of marriage.
Witchcraft accusation, when you come to this palace, anytime they come, I tell them that, look, this one, even though we have a way in the past, but what shows that the woman or the man that you are bringing is the one who killed your daughter or son? And why must it always be old ladies? Why must it always be old ladies or women? I said no. I have cancelled it, that nobody bring any witchcraft accusation here. But if you make mistake and you attack somebody, that means that it becomes like maybe assault, or you violated a person's right. That one, I'll deal with it. But the witchcraft accusation itself, no.
She was 26 years old as at this edition of the Danjuar. Mavis Dude is a nurse, a Bimoba who lives in the south but visits native land for the festivals, performing the role of co-master of ceremonies during Debes. She is one of those who escaped the taming traditional trappings to learn a vocation.
Here, the Bimoba land, it's mainly, let's say, almost 80 to 90% of the people are peasant farmers. And now, even there are homes, you will see whereby a woman does well in the farming activities, even more than the husband, who is supposed to be the head of the family and takes up that responsibility. But the women, some of them even do more. And so I would appeal that if there could be assistance either from the government or NGOs that are into agriculture that can support the Bimoba woman with fertilizers to give them farm produce or yield, good yield, it will go a long way to engage them and then boost their financial muscle, and that they can take good care of themselves and their young women, and which can even go a long way to reduce teenage pregnancies and then school dropouts because of school fees and things.
On to my colleague here. So that she can
On eve of the Danjuar Festival Deba, the people of Bimoba revealed one other side of the society. A society apt for description as octagonal, for it has many sides. Perfect recitation of a poem by Sophia Dude of University of Development Studies, WA Campus, as Bimoba beauty queens side up for the pageant on the big day.
Behold, I present to you the Bimoba woman. Break forth and shine. This is the dawn, the moment meant for you. Behold, the Bimoba woman. This is the dawn, the moment meant for you. So shine and bright the dawn.
A foretaste of what was to expect on the big occasion as the young Bimoba ladies contented audience with sheer natural beauty and academic prowess. The names of these beauty queens are jaw-breaking for non-Bimoba citizens, but certainly very easy to accept their fantastic showmanship, even if beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder.
I was fortunate to be part of the contestants of Face Off Danjuar 2020. This was a platform that gave me a lot of exposure. I must confess that from the beginning, things were really tough, scary.
Initially, it was a bit difficult because it's my first time, but after going into it, I noticed it's a good contest and it has given me a lot of experience, confidence, and I encourage ladies out there not to be intimidated or not to go back into their shells, but to come out and showcase their talent and knowledge.
What I have observed and what I have learned during this program was that our culture is very important. In fact, I didn't know much about my culture, but within and after the program, I got to know a lot, and I'm entreating each and every one, especially the youth that is coming on. I'm entreating them to come together. It is a very important program for all of us. Most of the youth are a bit timid, especially the young females, and I think we should come up and join beauty pageants. Beauty pageants really reveals our talents and then makes us come out of that timidity in which we are always in. So I'm encouraging all the young ladies in Bimoba land to come out and be bold to themselves and say they can do it.
Bimoba ladies are faced with so many problems, but me, I would like to focus on teenage pregnancy, especially in Akandure. Most of the ladies, they don't go to school, they go and get pregnant and start selling Indomie, Dalia by the roadside, and it's affecting us. So if I am a queen or if I get to win any opportunity, that will be the most important thing I would like to tackle. So that at least the ladies can grow up to have a future that we can also be happy about. Even though I am not the winner, but if I had happened to be the winner, I would have at least tried my best to help others, young girls out there, so that to bring them out of the darkness, because I can see that some of the young girls here are really suffering due to some kind of problem. So I would have do all I can to help them out.
2019, when I went for Ghana's Most Beautiful, my idea was to pave a way and break the ice for a lot of young ladies here to come up and also see in them that they have qualities that can showcase not only our culture but our tradition to the whole world, to see how the Bimoba land are so packed with a lot of beautiful women with great ideas. So yes, this was the main reason why I actually went for Ghana's Most Beautiful, to give back to society and also to inspire the young women coming up.
For the female Bimoba, learning opportunities in the conventional academic system provides hope for those wandering in darkness. There is another outlet exemplified by development practitioner Mrs. Joyce Apuasan Jambedo, using shea nuts to produce shea butter.
My work has been at the community level with rural women, and I have seen the potential of the shea nuts and what shea butter can do. Like you said, we always talk about problems. I realize that most of the women are poor. Most of the women and young women move from northern Ghana, especially the Kusak traditional area, with the Bimoba land inclusive, to southern Ghana in search of jobs. And mostly they come back with a lot of problems. The girls get pregnant, the women leave their small kids under the care of other children. And being a development practitioner, I asked myself, what can we do with the resources we have to help solve this problem? We can't always rely on government. So I started with the shea nuts, helping the women to know how to process quality shea nuts, which can give us quality shea butter. We were selling the shea nuts. At a point, most of the women are into shea processing, but on a small scale. So I was like, can we organize ourselves, see how we can process the shea butter, sell it. If it's quality, it means we get more money.
She takes women through all the rudiments and rigors of production, which gives some income.
I believe there's more we can do. And I believe that through this medium, we will get the needed attention. We'll get more equipment for the women that do not have the equipment to process. The marketing is the biggest challenge now. If we can be linked to
market to buy our raw butter and even the processed, I'm sure it will help solve a lot of issues. Our young girls do not have to leave school and travel to southern Ghana when they are on holidays. Some of them get pregnant, they come back, they can't continue school. If we can engage all of them in processing shea butter, which we currently do, I'm sure it will help. And I went into it, apart from the potential I know it possesses. People feel that it's only those who are not educated who should go into the processing of shea butter. And so I am doing it as a form of earning income and role modeling for the young women and women around.
Shea, a predominant plant in the north of Ghana, is specially classified by the government as one of 7 cash crops with potential of drawing annual revenues of $2 billion each, like cocoa. Challenges facing marketing of shea products will need special attention from the Tree Crop Development Authority in Kumasi, established in year 2020, and the shea processing company at Buipe, founded in 2010 by 2 political parties, which interchangeably governed Ghana 3 straight decades since 1993. At least 4 persons in this documentary who were picked at random for interviews had their surnames as Dude. What is Dude that everybody in Bimoba appears to have the name? Dude is a name in the Bimoba tribe, but is also a title conferred on one during an initiation process in a secret society within the Bimoba tribe. The title is conferred due to your strength during the process. Men and women take part in the process, but with strict rules and regulations. The following names are given to men after a successful process: La, Combat, Dude, and Konlan. Women are given the following: Kwandug, Kwanjet, Dunwak, and Tanjon. Therefore, the women who bears the name Dude in this piece have their names taken from their fathers as their surnames. Before I sign off, let me rehash a thought expressed by the chief of Pipira in different semantics. He rejects as idiosyncratic, stereotypic, and atavistic when people use isolated negative incidents that have no patterns in them to characterize the whole place. He made a point with reference to the stoning of an old lady accused of witchcraft by a small group of people in the large Northern Territory. Whilst condemning the incident as most unfortunate, he describes as most unfair the use of the brush of a single incident to paint the whole place. Chief Naba Dazuri II says that in Ghana today, most traditional areas in the north have expunged primitive practices from their midst, and that also deserves mention. My name is Napoleon. Thanks for watching.